Hi, this is Mr. Vandergriff, and I just want to take a moment to do a screencast on how to properly do a SCA. Now again, you guys have been doing a great job in what you've been turning in so far, but I want to just give you a little more details that these SCAs are not busy work. They're scientific critical analysis on a worldwide phenomena that we're experiencing right now. The COVID-19 virus and the pandemic is something I have never experienced in my lifetime. This is a phenomena that is pretty incredible how it's spreading across the globe to so many different countries. And so I want to take advantage of what's taking place right now and just make that science so relevant to your everyday lives. Okay, so let me just go over the details. So when you guys are citing your SCA, you're doing a great job with that. And in one sentence summarizing what the video or the author was writing the article about, that's not a problem. 3 or more relevant or interesting facts, you've been doing good there. Developing great questions on number 4. 5, identifying which NGSS discipline area idea. Is it core category? Is it life science, physical science? Is it earth science or engineering technology? So identify that, but then tell me why it fits in that category. And then right here, 6 and 7, you guys have been doing a great job identifying the science and engineering practice. You just list it, or you identify the cross-cutting concept. But what I'd like you to do next time is just go a little further. Okay, so let me just give you details here. So this person here says life science. They said that's the category. They said the practice is planning and carrying out an investigation, asking questions, and defining problems. That's great. But I'd like you to take it a step further in your next SCAs of like, what questions are being asked in the article or in the TED Talk or in the video. And then when it comes to like the NGSS cross-cutting concepts, okay, patterns, great, or cause and effect or stability and change, that's awesome. But give me the details of where those are found in the talk or in the research or in the article. Now down here where you're supposed to give your thoughts and feelings, this is great. You know, the student writes, this is relevant because the coronavirus is spreading. This makes me a little more scared of the coronavirus because of the exponential growth and the death rate. But it also makes me less worried about because the scientists are working on a vaccine. I am going to avoid leaving my house and washing my hands a lot. This relates to the next generation science concepts because they are studying patterns in the virus, one of the next generation science concepts. That's great. You can give me a little more detail there. This is interesting because it has a lot of information on the coronavirus with numbers. I agree with the author that we should prevent the spreading with the virus. I believe that we could get rid of the COVID-19 and stop it from spreading. So let's take a look at this student here. So they say right here, like on 6, the story would fall underneath analyzing and interpreting data because they are analyzing the data of how much the coronavirus is spreading and how we can stop it. So it gives you a little more detail right there. Let's take a look at another example here. Take a look at this student. This is a different SCA, but when they identify that it's analyzing and interpreting data, look what they say. In the article, the author uses other sources and past data to project future numbers and percentages. So they tell us exactly where the analyzing and interpreting is in the article. Also obtaining, evaluating, communicating information. The author communicates the information she has obtained and reviewed to the reader throughout the entire article. Okay, and then patterns, same thing, where the patterns are in the patients, the cause and the effect. The author is looking for cause and effect when it calls it Alzheimer's and the effect on the brain and the patient, structure and function. The person doing this SCA talks about the structure of the neuron is changed by the buildup of proteins, and this changes the function of the neuron, which changes the function of the body. So a lot more detail here. So that's what I'm looking for. And then lastly, this reflection piece should be the easiest part because it should be such an interesting article or talk that you've been listening to. So listen to this one. This science information is meaningful to me because Alzheimer's disease runs in my family. This article hasn't affected my attitude on the subject. I am just more informed. I am going to use the information I learned to do more research and interact with Alzheimer's patients better. This information is related to the next generation science standards because it uses some of the NGSS concepts and practices to further explain the topic. This information is interesting to me because it impacts my family so greatly. Also, I want to be a doctor or a surgeon, so learning about how a disease affects the body and how it forms is very interesting. The author didn't have an opinion because it was just an informational article, so I can't agree or disagree with her opinion. So this reflection piece is probably the most important and should be the easiest to write, since everyone's got thoughts and opinions and what did you get out of the article. So I'm just asking that you put a little more time into step 6 and 7, and hopefully that was helpful.